All right, great. Okay, so let's get started. All right. So for all those who have, oh, even email spelling is wrong. I'm so sorry. All right, that is because I'm typing and speaking at the same time. So it's all right. I'm so sorry. So you can just get and subscribe to our channel to get more updates like these, and you can attend all the sessions like these that are being conducted on a regular basis. Okay, great, Jasprit Kaur. All right, so before beginning, I hope so far I have been decent enough to you, and you feel that this person is you know experienced enough to teach you IELTS. Okay, so let's get started with today's session. I think most of you here are for reading. Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, how many of you feel reading is the most difficult aspect of IELTS? I'm not talking about IELTS general now because we are dealing with reading. So Namrata is being honest. Okay, Bindu, great. Who else? Who else feels reading is very difficult? Jaskaran, Sneha, Jyoti, excellent, very good. Thank you for being so honest. Others? Deepu, all right. Michael, okay. Thomas, MCQs and list of headings. So Namrata has come up with this. Okay, particularly in problem with headings. Okay. Sai Prabha Tulsi, great, very nice. Avinash, okay. Hi Sumit, hi. All right, great. So what are we going to deal with today? We are going to deal with 10 generic tips. Okay, I'll share 10 general tips that will work for you, and you will try to see that you will do a great job in the reading paper. Okay, that's very, very important. So it's going to be a generic class, and you will learn these 10 important steps that will help you to achieve a great band, probably 9 on 9 in your reading test. Are you aware that you can score a perfect 9 in reading? Students, you know, right? Your IELTS, you get a band right from ranging from 0 to 9. Okay, but do you know that in listening and reading, you can actually score a 9 on 9? Were you aware of this? So if you are not aware of this, please be aware of it and try and aim a perfect 9. Please do not worry and say that I'm not confident, because it's okay. So far, confidence might be low, but of course, your confidence may develop after time and with practice. So it's ultimately very important that you have to practice. Okay. So before going ahead, let me just introduce myself. I'm Priya Trivedi. I've been working with Leap for over a year now, and I have been experienced here so that I can teach you, because I have got approximately 5 years of experience now, and I've taught in both offline and online settings, and I have specialized in training students for IELTS, PTE, OET, and spoken English. All right. So yes, here I am helping you with today's session. Okay, if you face a lot of problems in true, false, not given, we will talk about that. Please tell us about band 7 and 9 and what is the cue card. Raghu Nayak, if you're talking about cue card, that is the part of the speaking test. I'll talk about speaking later. Let's focus more on reading now. Sai Prabha, again, is IELTS easy or PTE? I'm not discussing that because today's agenda is all about reading. You can do your own research, all right, and take the decision. So, according to you, okay, what all you have researched about, or whatever sessions that you have attended, based on that, you tell me what are the 10 most important reading tips according to you. Just write down in the chat box and I will just put them here. Scanning, okay. Skimming, okay. Paraphrasing, all right. Okay, keywords, brilliant. Translation, okay. I'm just writing whatever's coming to me, okay. Translation. Do not read everything, okay. So do not read everything. Synonyms, all right. Do not come up with assumptions. Very good. Reading properly. Okay, vocab, very nice. All right. Grammar, great. Reading instructions, I'm just writing instructions. Spellings, all right. Great. Anything else? Understanding the question type. Okay, so I'm just writing question type. These are not 10, these are too many students. Yeah. Word limit. Okay, time management. All right. Everything is coming. Meanings. Okay, so now some students already know so many things. Why are we conducting the sessions then?
Yeah, we have smart students. LeapScholar has smart students.
See, I just asked for top 10 reading tips and they've given me all that I'm going to teach them today. Yeah. So now I have no content left to teach. Yes, students? Pronunciation. Okay, how is pronunciation helping us in reading? Come on. Yes? Anybody? Okay, students, I think you all have given me lovely answers. Excellent. So now tell me, do you want this session to be continued or you know everything? Come on. Yes, I'm just making it light. Okay. Yes, please. All right. So now that you all have given me your top 10 tips and you all have understood that these all things are there, and I am going to talk about these words that you have spoken about. Yeah, I'm going to talk about this in another half an hour, 1 hour. But of course, I will tell you the experience that I have and I have gained, and I will give you some valuable tips that will help you to score a perfect 9. Okay. So the first and the most important thing is to understand the test format. Okay. I hope you are aware that there are two kinds of exams for reading. I mean, when you book your exam date, there are two kinds of IELTS exam. One is the academic test and the other is for general training test. Okay. So now remember that the format of your reading paper changes when you give the IELTS academic or you're giving the general training. Okay. So very important that IELTS academic test has got 3 passages, whereas general training test has got 3 sections, in which the first section has got 2 or 3 short texts, and section 2 has got 2 short texts, and only section 3 has got 1 long text. So ideally in general training, in total there are 5 passages, and here in the academic test there are 3 passages. All right, so that is the first thing that you need to be knowing. So all the students who are giving the general training exam, I hope you know why you're giving the general training exam. That is because you want to go there for work, or you want to go for PR. You want to take the PR card, right? So in that case, yes, what happens is you are going there with a mindset that you are going to encounter anything that you're going to deal with on a day-to-day basis, right? So for example, you might work there, or you might deal with a lot of advertisements, etc., etc. And hence the content of your paper will be from these split ups: advertisements, company handbooks, etc. Whereas students planning to study abroad will be taking the academic IELTS, okay, and seeking professional registration. Now here, there are some professions which require a license to work. Okay, for example, teachers, for example, doctors, for example, nurses. So in such a case, you have to give the IELTS academic test. And if you look at this, these are a little difficult, discursive, analytical, because they are taken from academic sources. Okay, so why are we talking about this? Is because the time, if you look at this, the time duration remains the same. The number of questions remain the same. The various question types remain the same. However, the content that you deal with is way different. Okay. So please practice and solve the test papers that are relevant for your exam. Most students make this mistake and they do not realize what kind of content they are solving. So if you're giving the academic test, you better solve the academic papers. If you're giving the general training test, you better start solving the general training papers so that you are more aware of and you get familiar with what kind of paper you want to get in the reading test. Okay. Jaskaran, reading is difficult because it is going to assess your ability across various skills. All right. So that is the first tip. Everybody clear? Now, coming to the next slide. Now, before going to the next slide, come on. How many question types are you aware of? What are the various question types that you can get in the reading paper? Come on. I'll hide this. Come on. Match heading. Okay, so I'm just writing them here. Match heading. MCQs. True, false. Okay, not given. All right. Yes, no, not given again. So, yeah. Okay. Just writing them here. Yes, no, not given. Fill in the blanks, which is actually sentence completion. All right. Anything else? Paraphrase is not a question type, students. Please be very, very careful. Okay, matching, summary completion. Great. Excellent. Okay, pie diagram is not in your reading test. Please remember this. Okay, fill-ups. So sentence completion. Okay, list of headings is already done. Charts. Okay, so your flow chart. Okay. Anything else? Students? Conditional questions. All right. Summary, I think most of them have repeated. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take down the total number of exercises that are there in the reading paper. So in total, there are 13 question types. Okay. Now, if you look at this, okay, you can get anything in any number in the reading paper, whether you're giving the academic or the general training test. Okay. So don't have this impression that, oh, I'm giving the general training test. I never get true, false, not given. So I'm not going to practice. Okay. Oh, I'm giving the academic test. I've never come across the short answer question. So I'm not going to solve that. Wrong impression, wrong approach. Remember, sentence completion, summary, note, table, flowchart completion, diagram completion, each and every exercise that has been written here can be a part of your paper without it being an academic test or the general training test. All right, students? Yes or no? Okay. Now, typically, these are the easy ones. Okay. Typically, these are the easy ones. All right. Now, again, I'm talking purely based on my experience, what I have solved so far with the interactions that I've had with students. Each one of us, of course, has their own drawbacks, limitations, and strengths. But typically, these exercises are the easy ones. Okay. Here, these onwards, they get a little complicated. All right, students, everybody, are we clear? So why do you need to know the various question types? Why? Why do we need to know the various question types, students? What is the importance? Yes? What is the importance? Why should I know the various question types that might come in the exam? Exactly. So you can practice accordingly. Very good, Supreet. Yeah. So for example, the tips and the strategies that you use for diagram completion may not be the same as what you use for match the headings, right? So for each exercise, the way you approach the question, that's going to be different. Yes. So different exercises have got different approaches, right? Of course, the basis is scanning, skimming, but the way you approach each question type, that's going to be different. So you need to know which question has been asked, so you can decide accordingly how you are going to approach. Understood, everybody? So this will help you to understand how to approach each exercise, which is really important. Okay. Okay, to know at which, very good. So now Purnima has given a very great point that once you know these question types, you will be able to identify that, oh, for me, I'm really a pro at sentence completion, but I'm not very good at matching features. Excellent. So you can decide, you can clearly write this on a piece of paper where you can put your strengths and weaknesses. All right. Now, coming to the next slide. Okay. Do you know that some of these exercises, not some, most of these exercises are in order? What do I mean by order? Yes, students. Preetham, this is the reading class that is going on. So you tell me, are you aware that some of the exercises are in order? Yes. What do you understand by order? Order basically means once you find the first question, after that you will get the second question. Only after the second one you will get the third one. Only after the third one you will get the fourth one. So which basically means that your questions will not be found randomly in the text. Yes, Aslan, well done. Answers will be coming one after one. Do you think knowing the exercises that are in order will help you solve your questions? What is the biggest benefit of knowing that these exercises are in order? What is the biggest benefit that you get? Yes. What is the biggest benefit? That very good, Tulsi. You save a lot of time, right? So rather than just going back and forth, you know you have to go forward, right? So if you wish, you can take a screenshot of this slide, okay? Because I have clearly listed down the question types which are generally in order, okay? The question types which are never in order. So match the heading or locating or matching information will never be in order. There are some exercises in which the order may or may not be followed. Now what happens is from a paragraph, a table is constructed and hence the order might change. All right. Similarly, summary completion. So the way the summary is created, so cause and effect, maybe they're writing the effect first and then they're stating the various causes. So accordingly, there are chances that the order might be hampered. So you should be knowing that these exercises may or may not be in order. These will never be in order and hence these are the most time-taking exercises. Okay, if for other question types you're taking, let's say 5 minutes, definitely for locating information and match the headings, you will take 7 to 8 minutes. That is for sure. And yes, as Supreet is saying that these are very difficult. They're not difficult actually. What happens is because they take a lot of time, so we get demotivated. And we feel like, oh, I'm not getting the answer. I don't know what's happening. So what happens is the negative thoughts, they start coming. And that's when you think they're difficult. All right. So what should be your approach when you are solving the test? Yes, students, your approach should be quickly look at the paper and find out where you have question types with order. Okay, right? Yes, Shivam, that's why I said the first 5 are easy because they are in order. So what happens is you know clearly how to move forward, how to go ahead and solve these exercises. All right. So in your paper, whenever you get your paper, the first thing that you do is you go through all the sections, you go through all the passages and see what are the various combinations. Okay, I'm going to talk about this. Let's say my passage 1, students, just pay attention. Very important tip here. Okay. My first passage has got match the headings. Then the second question type is, let me write it somewhere here. 1 second. Okay, so my passage 1 has got match the heading. Then the second question is sentence completion. And then I got true, false, not given. All right, students. So what should be solving first? What should be your approach? Which exercise will you solve first? Anup, I'm talking about general training as well. So please pay attention. All these tips are valid for general training. So Venkat is saying that he will solve sentence completion first. Excellent. Then what is the second one? Second, you will start with true, false, not given. And at the end, you will solve match the headings. Now, why is this method beneficial? Let me tell you, sentence completion is the easiest of these three combinations, right? Then true, false, not given, which is a little difficult, and then match the heading, which is the most difficult. Now, what is the benefit? When you have solved sentence completion and true, false, not given, you have gone through the passage 2 times. That means you've got familiar with the passage, and this familiarity will help you to solve match the headings, right? And also because you've got most of the answers in sentence and true false completion, you feel very confident as what Venkat has said. And you feel that, oh, wow, I have really got good answers now. That means I am able to solve it. So what happens is you start thinking positively and you have that sense of confidence that, yes, you can easily solve the paper. So this is really important. And that's why I said you need to know the various question types and you need to know which are the easy ones, which are in order, which are not in order. All right, Shivam has understood. What about others? Have you all understood what I'm trying to say here? Everybody? Great. Okay, come on. Again, these tips are all valid for general training as well, students. So please listen to it entirely. Okay, now the next and the most important thing is time management. Okay, reading is purely a skill. Of course, your English, your strategies, everything comes into picture. So now what is important is that you need to manage your time. All right, clear with this? So typically passage 1, the language is the easiest. So try and finish it off in 15 minutes. All right. Then passage 2, which is a little difficult with terms, I'm talking in terms of language. Okay. In terms of language, passage 1 is generally the easiest, followed by passage 2, followed by passage 3. This is the same for general training as well. Okay. So whether you're giving general training or you're giving the academic test, try and just do this. Section 1 or passage 1, 15 minutes. Section 2 or passage 2, 20 minutes. Section 3 or passage 3, which is the longest and the most difficult one, 25 minutes. Okay. So what is the total? 60 minutes. Agreed, students? Yes or no? Now, another very important tip. Okay. Please do not be stuck at a particular point just because you're not getting your answer. Let's say I've solved 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth one, I'm not finding it. So what I've done is I've kept everything aside. I'm just focusing on fifth one. I'm doing the biggest mistake of my life. Remember, there are 40 questions. Okay, if I'm not sure about the fifth one, skip that for a while and start from sixth onwards. Focus on the other 39 questions that will help you to get band 7, band 8 easily. One mistake, it's okay. At the cost of one, you might miss out of the time that you will solve the remaining 5 or 7 questions unnecessarily. So always leave the question if you are not sure. Okay. Again, I'm giving you a simple math, 40 minutes and there are, 60 minutes and there are 40 questions. So the highest time that you will solve, okay, or highest time that you should spend on one question is 1.5 minutes, not more than that. The moment you realize that, oh God, I've spent 3 minutes, that means आपने 2 question का time एक में लगा दिया है. You have wasted the time where you could have solved 2 questions on just 1 question. Clearly, you are at loss. Okay. Venkat, how are the 40 questions distributed? So the 40 questions are distributed in this way. The first passage has got 13 questions. The passage 2 has got 13 questions. And passage 3 has got 14 questions. So if you look at this, clearly passage 3 has got more questions. Are we clear here, everybody? Yes or no? Great. So I hope this is clear. Now, again, one more pro tip. Okay, for all the exercises which are in order, you can also use the method of blocking. Okay, what do you understand by blocking is that, let's say you get your answer number 1. Immediately after that, you will get your answer 2, right? Let's say I'm looking for answer 3, but I haven't got it. So what I'll do, as I said, I am not able to find 3. I will come back to it later. That means I have to find the fourth one. So when my exercises are in order, where will be the third one? The third one in the text will be between the second and the fourth one. Excellent. So rather than looking at the passage entirely, what I'm doing is I just have to look at maybe those 2 paragraphs or maybe those 2 lines, who knows. So this is another technique. That's why knowing that these question types are in order, you can save a lot of time, students. Agreed? Understood, everybody? All right. Can you repeat? Okay, sure. So, all right. For example, I got my first answer in the first paragraph. Okay. Let me do it with some design. Okay. So let's say this is my first paragraph. I'm so sorry. I'm bad at drawing. Okay. So let's say I got my first paragraph or my first answer here. Okay. I got my second answer here. Now I'm looking for my third answer, but I haven't found it yet. So according to this particular tip, what have I said? If I have not got the third answer and if I've spent a lot of time, I have to go ahead. I don't have to waste time. So what is my job? I will start looking for the fourth one, right? So let's say the fourth answer I get in the second paragraph towards the end, right? So now for the third one, because I know that this is a sentence completion exercise and it is in order, my third answer can be anywhere from this point until this point. Got it? So my third answer has to be in this much space only. Clear with this, everybody? Ritik, I think we just looked at the exercises which are in order. So I'm not going back to that slide. You will have to watch the recording. For that, you need to subscribe to our channel. Okay. Now I have already said this. Now I'm repeating this, that you need to solve the easy question types first. As I said, each one of us is different. We have our own strengths. So for me, I know I'm really good at sentence completion. Short answer. Okay. I'm really good with matching lists also. So what I'll do is I will solve these first. Okay. Clear with this, everybody? So identify your strengths, the exercises that you're good at, solve them first, and then go ahead with the next question type. Okay, let's do a quick revision here. So my passage 1 has got this combination. Let's say sentence completion, MCQs, and true false not given. All right, students. Come on. My passage 2 has got this combination where I've got locating information. Yes, Sai Tanish, you will be able to navigate to all the 3 passages randomly, even in CBT. Should we write in block letters in PBT? I would suggest that because it is much easier to look at your letters and understand them, and it also helps you in grammar, the rule of capitalization. All right, so these are my various combination students. So tell me from passage 1. Now one more very important tip. Never solve one exercise from a particular passage, then go to another passage, then go to the third passage. Never do that. Okay. If you have begun with passage 2, solve it completely, then move either to passage 3 or passage 1. Okay, don't do half from passage 1, then passage 2, then passage 3. Why is that? Because each passage is about a different topic. In your brain, it will be a fusion, right? So randomly, let's say you're talking about plants. Then you move to industrialization. Then you move to the French Revolution. So don't do that. Okay. Yes, Tulsi, you can decide which passage to solve first. If you feel this is the most difficult one, until the time you reach the end, You might get tired and you would like to begin with passage 3. It's completely your choice. You can do that in both CBT as well as PBT. All right, come on. So let's start with passage 1. What are we going to solve first? I'm going to solve sentence completion first. Then I'm going to solve true, false, not given. And then I'm going to solve MCQs. This is my order. Why? Because I know my strengths. So it's very important that you identify what works best for you, because you will have to make this decision. Right, students? Even here, I am going to solve summary completion first, because for me, summary completion is easy as compared to locating information. Then I will look at locating information. Here, I will look at match sentences first, and then I will look at match the headings. Clear with this, everybody? As I said, this is my order. Your order can be different too. So please find out which one is your order. Sonu Sharma, you can start with a difficult exercise also. As I said, that is completely your call. But what will happen is the moment you don't get answers, you get disappointed. As human beings, we get disappointed first rather than being very happy or right. So in that case, it's not something that I would recommend. Just subscribe to our channel. Sonu, Samya, if you can just share the subscription link so that if they are late and they want to watch the recording of this session, you can do that. Well, as I said, the passage 3 is the biggest and the longest and the most difficult one. So that is typically the order. All right. Okay, students, so far, were the 5 tips really helpful? Everybody? Yes? Valuable tips? Great. A big yes. Thank you so much. All right. So let me tell you that such more tips are definitely going to be shared in the premium batches. Okay. So what we've done is now you will just have 1 week of special batches. Okay. So let's say I am facing a problem in reading. So which batch should I take for a week? Students, if I am lacking in reading, I should take 1 week of only reading test, reading batch. All right. If I am facing a problem in writing, which batch should I choose for a week? I should choose only the writing batch, right? Now, how are you going to understand that you need more help in reading, more help in writing or speaking? Only when you start practicing, right, students? So start practicing and start taking admission into these premium batches, because here you will have 9 hours of live classes. It's a small batch, 20 to 25 students. So you can interact with your teacher, your educator face to face. All right. You can directly ask your questions. There are mock tests. You will have speaking club slots, right? So whatever you take, whether you take reading, writing or speaking, you will get 8 speaking club slots. You will get your writing evaluated and you will have recording of all the live classes. All of this at just 438 rupees, right? And how are you going to get this? When you use this promo code PTLive20. Yes, this is only for premium batch. Yes. So this premium pack is only for a week. Okay. Yes, Purnima. So in this 1 week, we will only look at 1 module. All right. Everybody, just remember this when you are taking admission. Okay. Who evaluates the writing tests? Well done, Sakshi. We educators, we evaluate your writing tests. Okay. The promo code is valid only for today, just meet. Okay. And if you take admission really quick, it's better because we have already started. If you see here, all right, we have begun with the reading batch already. So one started day before yesterday, one started yesterday. Then you have one starting on 19. You have another one starting on 19. Please check the timings. Whatever timings work for you, take them and join in. Again, what is important? Do not forget to use the code. Otherwise, you will have to pay 548. And what was the code, students? PT Live 20. So you can use this code even for these batches. All right, everybody? Yes or no? So how many of you are going to take admission into these batches? Come on. Yes, I want to take reading and writing modules. What are you waiting for, Michael? Quickly, take it. So writing is here. Okay, I'm just helping you. Even here, you have reading. You've got reading. You've got too many options. So, Claire, if you're not very sure, I would say that this is really a great deal. If you're serious about IELTS, yes, you will have 1.5 hours of sessions, all right, and that will help you out. And at just 438, I don't think that's too expensive to invest for a week and getting so many benefits, right? If you look at this, you're getting so many benefits. Clearly, live classes. If at all you miss, you get recordings, you get speaking club slots, writing evaluation. Is there a batch that covers all the sections? Yes, we do have, but that's like a crash course, which is by the name IELTS 10 Riddhi. So it's just a 10-day course. So you will have all the sections covered, but they will be covered in very brief. Here it will be in detail, in depth. So it's 1 week exclusively reading, exclusive writing, okay, exclusive speaking. All right, students, how many of you have taken admission? Will there be a speaking evaluation if I take speaking premium? Yes, Siddhant. Yes. Is there Atul sir writing batch? Afsana, currently these are the options. Please keep a check on the website, and soon as the batches will be added, you might find me also there. So if you would like to attend my batch, you will be there as well. Okay. Soumya, can you help him with the payment and enrollment link? How many writing tests will be evaluated? I think I just said this, right? Look at this. You have 5 sets of mock. So I think 3 writing evaluations will be there. Okay. After 1 week, do I need to pay again for the other module? Yes, just meet. Because in this, you will only get what you're choosing, right? So let's say you've chosen reading. So if you wish, you've loved the sessions, you feel that, wow, these premium modules are really great, and you should do that for writing as well. Of course, you will have to take admission again into writing. Okay. And remember, this code PT Life 20, I think, is valid forever, right? Soumya, if I'm not wrong. So this is advice that you take admission now, because these batches are currently, if you look at this, fast filling, right? So I don't want you to miss out any of these sessions. Riddhi, are there any free trial sessions? What you're attending now is like a free demo session itself, okay? The way I am teaching, I'm sure all the other educators are going to teach. So you can just blindly decide. Okay, what you can do is you can subscribe to our channel. You will definitely find some recordings by Veronica ma'am, Nayan ma'am, Swati ma'am, and hence it will become very easy for you to decide if you want to go ahead or not. Okay, again, which is better, CBT or PPT? That will clearly depend on your skill set, Vivek. If you're too good with using a computer, go ahead with CBT. If your typing skill or your typing speed is not that great, in that case, please go ahead with PPT. Okay, clear with this, everybody? Yes or no? Any more doubts? Remember to use PT Live 20 because that will help you to decide. Okay. Yes, Riddhi, as I said, you can watch the recordings of the various master classes. Each educator is taking master classes, so you would get an idea of how they are teaching, and that will help you to make good decision. Yes, CBT is valid everywhere. All right. Any other questions with respect to batches, students? Any other questions? How many of you have enrolled into the reading batch already? Michael, I think I just said to you that there are 5 sets of mocks, right? In the premium batch. for listening, reading, as well as writing. All right? In both the modules. Yes. Yes, absolutely. You can appear for the exam on Thursday and Saturday. Venkat, as I said today, I've kept more like generic strategies. So I will not be helping you with any passages today because I wanted to cover 10 tips. And hence I've not taken any exercises on solving. Okay? Come on, let's understand strategies. Now, when I come to reading, when I talk about time management, definitely 3 passages, 40 questions, 1 hour. Straight away, it's unfair, right? At least 2 hours to dena chahiye tha. Everybody, they should have given us 2 hours at least, but that's not the case. So what are we going to use? We are going to use shortcuts. We are going to use a lot of strategies that are going to help us to solve the paper easily. Okay, so let's understand scanning, skimming, prediction, elimination, keywords, and references. These are some of the strategies which are very important. All right, clear with this? Jacqueline, if you are planning to give your exam on 28th April, I think you should check IDP's website and see which is the closest date available. Generally, exams are booked 1 month in advance, so please be very careful. Now, I'm going to help you with, let's play a game. Okay, so this, when we are learning this, I'm going to help you with this. Okay, so I'm writing a couple of words. You have to just look at them. Okay, I've written 4 words on the screen. Can everybody see those words? Name of flowers. Okay, great. I've not even asked that and students have already begun. Okay. So I'm talking about this flower that begins with a letter L and ends with a letter Y. Lily. Well done. What did you all do? Scanning. Right? So I gave you some guidelines that it starts with L and it starts with Y. Well done, Venkat, and you also used elimination. The moment I said it starts with L, what did you do? You eliminated Rose and Jasmine. You know it has to be either Lily or Lavender. Then I said it ends in Y, so this can also be knocked off. And hence, you know the correct answer is Lily. This is nothing but scanning. Understood, everybody? Yes or no? All right, let's come to the second one. When it comes to skimming, okay? Now, so far, I think we've completed 45 minutes of the session. If I ask you, or if at all your parents ask you, what were you doing for an hour? What will be your answer? You were attending a lecture, right? Correct? And if they ask, what was the lecture about? I'm so sorry. Reading class. Very good. Reading tips. So what was this? Did you give them each and every detail? No. What did you say? You gave the overall idea or meaning, right? Or I must say the main idea. So yes, so skimming is nothing but going through quickly and looking at only the important points to understand the main idea of a particular paragraph. So skimming basically means reading faster to quickly understand the main idea of a particular paragraph. Understood skimming, everybody? Yes or no? Next, let's come to prediction. Okay. I am meeting a friend at dash. So now tell me what can be the possible answers. I'm meeting a friend at dash. School. Purnima saying school. Okay. Sonu saying time. Noon. Office. Cafe. Time. Excellent. So what have you all just done? Prediction. Right? How did you understand it? Because of this. Because of the fact that I'm meeting and there is at. So it either has to be a location or time. Correct, everybody? Yes. This is prediction. So if in the passage they write something like, where can a student go for remedial classes? What will be the answer? Predict. Where will a student go for remedial classes? Place. So in the passage, you have to hunt for remedial classes. You have to hunt for place. Location. The moment you get it, you will know that your answer is somewhere near. And that makes your job really simple because you will find your answers easily. Understood, everybody? Clear? Come on, let's understand elimination. Okay. So I'm going to help you with, okay, everybody, I want some fruit for today. Okay. And come on. So I'm just writing fruit. All right. So now tell me, what fruit are you going to get me? Come on. Mango. Very good. Apple. Strawberry. Okay. Watermelon. Okay. All right. All right. Enough for now. Banana. All right. Great. So now if I say I am allergic to citrus fruit. If I say I'm allergic to citrus fruit. So what will you do? What are you going to knock off? Strawberry for sure. Even mango. Right? So what have we done? We have eliminated. Right? This is nothing but elimination. So if your answer is not relevant to what the question has been asked, you can eliminate it. That means now I have not got 5 options, but I have to choose only from these 3. Understood, everybody? Yes or no? Now coming to keywords. Very, very important. In order to scan, remember that Lily example? I gave you some prerequisite points, right? It starts with L, it ends in Y. Similarly, in your question, you will have keywords, and keywords are nothing but basically your nouns, adjectives, right? Verbs, adverbs, basically your main meaning carrying words. And you have to spot these words in the text, okay? So why do you need to spot these words in the text? Because you will have to scan. So these keywords will help you to scan. The moment you scan, you know you are at the place where your question is there, or where probably your answer is there. Okay? Clear, everybody? So that's keywords. So keywords will help you to understand. Let's come to references. Okay? So when all right, so now tell me, what does the word these refer to? Yeah, mixes or bubbles? Because these will always come with plural, right? Yes, the correct answer is bubbles. So now, okay, this is the meaning of references. So these is used to refer to bubbles. Are we clear, everybody? So these are some of the strategies that I've discussed. I've not even shown you how that works with reading passages. Yes, Anup, you need to read the questions first and then you need to go to the passage. Because when you read the question, you will be able to mark out keywords. Then you will scan. The moment you reach the passage where your answers are, you will get where the questions are. Okay. Saklan, I would recommend you to watch the recording because it's already 12:27 and I still have to cover 4 more tips. Please subscribe to our channel and watch the recording. Okay. How to understand the question of Sana? Great. For that, you will have to work on your grammar and vocabulary. That's very important. Now, when you are practicing, do not start with the 1 hour deadline straight away, students. Never do that. Okay. What should be your approach? First, you should know how to use the strategies correctly. Once you learn how to use the strategies correctly, only then sit with the time boundaries. Okay. Understood, everybody? So at least for the first 2-3 tests that you're practicing, don't keep a time slot. Don't think that मुझे ये 1 घंटे में करना है. I have to finish this in 1 hour. Never do that. Take 2 hours, it's okay. But get the method correct. Right? Because here you want to master the method. Skimming, scanning. So true, false, I have to do this. Short answer questions, I need to do this. So this is what you are learning. Okay. Once you've learned it, once the method is clear, all right, everybody, you will start with the 1 hour limit. Understood, everybody? So first, please master the strategies. You should know what needs to be done in true false, what needs to be done in summary completion. Once that is fixed in your head, all right, you will be able to solve in the given time slot. Gagandeep, if you've got 6 and you want to achieve 8, please take this as the best tip. Okay, start with understanding the question, start with learning the method of skimming, scanning, then set your time boundaries. All right. Next, as I said, you have to only restrict yourself to what is given to you in the passage. Okay. Do not assume anything. Do not use your knowledge on the topic. Just read the relevant part, comprehend from what is given to you. That's it. Nothing else. Clear, students? All right. Do not think, oh, this is about bridge. I know this bridge. I've read about it. Oh, it's about the Iron Bridge. I know. It's about the Golden Gate, San Francisco. I have read about it. So I'll quickly solve it. You do not have to use your knowledge on the topic, even though you are an expert in that field. All right, stick to what is given to you in the text. Please remember that all your answers are from the passage and they're not from anywhere else. Okay, clear with this? Now, the second and the most important thing that you need to do is you need to practice a lot of speaking, because speaking will be something that cannot be done on your own. You will need guidance. You will need somebody to tell you what is going right or wrong. So the best way to improve your speaking is by joining the speaking rooms. All right. So as I said, you need to download our application, explore the application, and you will come across speaking rooms. So simply download the application, click on the speak button in the bottom bar, and join the speaking rooms that are active. Okay. If you see here, this is something that your speaking room interface will look like. Everybody already done. Saklen, great. So if you look at this, the benefit is that these speaking rooms are active 24/7. So even at night when you feel like, oh, you cannot sleep because of the anxiety that you have for IELTS, you can use that anxiety and you can start practicing. More than 2,000 rooms are created every day and more than 8,000 students practice every day. So that will also help you to boost confidence, because you will speak with strangers, and in your exam also the examiner is a complete stranger, right? Clear, everybody? So for all those who haven't explored speaking rooms yet, after the session immediately, I want you to attend one speaking room. Okay. Next, for all the students who said how to understand the question, for that you need to improve your grammar and vocabulary, because the test is at an international level. So for grammar, how or where grammar is directly implied, to understand the keywords. When you're completing exercises like flowchart, summary completion, So you will understand whether a noun is your answer or a verb. How will you know that? Only when your grammar is strong, right? Prediction. When I say how old, you know it's a number. Because what? Because of your grammatical knowledge. That old is, your age is always counted in years. Correct? So for that reason, you need to improve your grammar. That goes without saying. And vocabulary, really important because the language in your reading is difficult. All right. I'm not scaring you, but I'm being very honest with you. So you need to know a range of words at least. And for you to scan, for you to identify the keywords, for you to understand similar word synonyms, for you to understand referencing, it is very, very important. All right. And at the end, something that goes without saying, reading requires a lot of practice. If you practice reading for a week every day, you will be able to finish your paper easily. Then let's say for 1 week, you think, I've practiced enough, let me take a break. And then when you come back to reading, your speed will be gone. Whatever you've achieved in that 1 week, it's gone. You will have to start from scratch. So never do that. Reading has to be consistent. So please be consistent and practice. Okay, that is very, very important. All right, students. Now, when you are solving, of course, you will be happy with what you are solving, right? But most importantly, try and find out the regular mistakes that you're making and try and identify what went wrong. So you will understand that why it went wrong. Is it a simple mistake? Or is it because I did not read it carefully? So what went wrong is very important. And then when you're solving the following papers, try and work on those errors and do not repeat the same error. Okay. Prashant, how to improve spelling mistakes? A good question. What I generally tell students is that whenever you are set or in your writing evaluation or maybe in the reading test, you identify you made a spelling. Okay. On a sheet of paper, make a list. So start with one. Let's say you made a spelling mistake in believe. Okay. So continue in this list. Next, say the next word was separate. Okay. That was wrong. So what you do is every time when you sit to write an essay or when you are solving the reading test, you refer this sheet. So it becomes easy. Okay. Secondly, in reading, you just have to copy and paste. Everything is given to you in the text, so just simply take it from the text. Okay, clear with this, everybody? If I join writing premium, in how much time I will get the score and feedback? Suraj, typically when you submit your essays, we send them back to you in 3 to 4 working days because we have our batches, and post that we work on the evaluations. So within 2 to 3 days, you should get your writing with the feedback. Okay. All right. Sakler, if you want to practice like me, if you want to speak like me, as I said, I've been teaching for the past 5 years. So you will have to consistently practice. Consistency is the key. So for that, if you want to, use those 5 years, you should shorten it. Start enrolling into the speaking rooms. You will have a lot of partners there. So practice, the more you practice, the better it will be. Okay, you don't need to teach for 5 years. Just join the speaking rooms. They are active 24/7. You can make that 5 years into 5 days. All right. Tulsi, tips for match the heading. We will discuss them in the premium batch. I initially only started with that. These 10 will be the generic tips that will really help you. So if you are interested in the exercises, like how a particular exercise has to be solved, please join the premium course for reading and you will get the tips for all the exercises, whether it is true, false, not given, or it is for yes, no, not given, or it is for any exercise. Everything will be discussed. All right. All right. Any other questions before we wind up? I hope the 10 tips that I shared with you all, you will work on them and you will put them into practice. All right. Currently, we do not have plus batch, which is for 4 weeks. Okay. So what we have as another option is IELTS 10, which is a 10-day crash course. Okay. So typically 2 days of speaking, 2 days of listening, 3 days of reading, and 3 days of writing. That is how it's like a crash course, a fast track kind of a course. Okay. Thank you, Sonu. Wonderful tips. Thank you so much. If you give half an hour daily to us in speaking, it is possible just 2 years only. Yes, what you can do is you can enroll into my batch and we can meet every day. Yeah, isn't Pranjal sir involved in premium batch? As I said, students, each educator will be taking the batches, but because we have our own availability and other batches going on, that's probably why only these have been put up on the website. So you need to be updated. You need to check our website regularly. The moment you spot the time slot, okay, the moment you find the educator that you find the most suitable based on the master classes that you have watched, you will have that. In the 1 week course, yes, Riddhi, we will cover the portion related to that module entirely in that 1 week course with study material. Okay. Do not forget to use the promo code. All right. How many days these batches? So these are 1 week, right? 5 days. 1 week batch. So if it starts on Monday to Friday, that's it. 5 days. But your sessions are of 1.5 hours. So it's not 60 minutes, it's 90 minutes. All right. Yes, then you should pay again, because if you are interested, once you, let's say you joined into the reading batch by Veronica ma'am and you loved it, you saw that it is really helpful, get into a writing batch by Veronica ma'am itself or by any other, that's fine. Okay. Okay, any other questions? Thank you so much, Saklan, for the appreciation. Thank you. And any other questions, anybody? All right, enough for today. Great. So you have it here, right? Thank you, Supreet. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, like, and share, because that will help all students like you to get so many tips and strategies for free by watching just the recorded sessions. So we have all the recording sessions for you. You can watch them at any point of time. If you feel like that, you have missed something in today's session, you can go back and watch the recording. I think nothing is better than that. All right. Thank you so much, Supreet. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, Soumya, is there anything else that you would like to add? Thank you so much, Soumya, for being so prompt and sharing all the links. Yeah,
Thank you so much, ma'am, for a beautiful session.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Everybody, join the premium batch, join the speaking rooms, and explore the application. It has got everything for your assistance and learning and what is required to get a 9 band in IELTS. Okay, it was a lovely class. Thank you, Riddhi. Thank you, Shrebu. Thank you so much. All right, great. So you can get connected with us on Telegram. You can join the LeapScholar community, and of course, you will be connected with us. I am not going to share my Telegram ID. Only when you join my batch, you will get access to it. So if you are interested, you will have to join my session. All right, great. Cool. Thank you so much, everybody. And keep working hard and keep watching and getting into such sessions so that you can get a range of tips and strategies. All right. Thank you, Soumya. Thanks, everybody. Have